You might not like that I said this, but the issue is not how the world is, the main issue is how you are. We humans have this great tendency, like we delegate the task, right? That's how we delegate the guilt. Whenever we stumble upon a hardship or we fail or something, the first instinct of ours is, oh my god, this happened. Now I'm gonna figure out how am I gonna blame five different people except myself, and except admitting that I was wrong here, I'm gonna put blame onto five different people so I can feel better about myself. Do you even hear yourself? Do you even hear how absurd you sound? And trust me, this was me few years back, even few months back. I was like this before I realized that this is so wrong. Like, okay, I get it, because I was one of you too, and I know how good it feels to delegate the guilt, because I did that because that happened, and I couldn't reach my goal because that happened, and I was in depression. That's why I couldn't crack that exam. And I know to some extent that is valid, but I was actually having an argument with someone, and they just said that, stop blaming your mistakes over everyone else. I know things get hard, and I know there are certain situations where things go wrong, but if you keep delegating your guilt to others, you will never improve, and you will just try to find better ways to delegate your guilt. Rather than taking accountability of your actions, you will try every possible way to make sure that you don't feel the guilt. You will try every possible excuse present in the world to convince yourself that it was not your mistake at all, and it was just the situation that made you do that thing. In this, there were 50 people in the same situation as you were, and they were raised the same way, like same kind of family, and they were in the same situation as you were. Do you think they would take the same decisions? Do you think they would end up like you? Do you think that every freaking person on those 50 people would have ended up in the same place as you are? And I don't think that would be the answer. Like, I don't think everyone will end up as you, because everybody has a conscious, and you have that conscious to make the conscious choice of doing something. What we do is we try to hide behind our traumas. I don't care how bad your trauma is, I don't care how bad you're feeling, but you had the conscious choice today to change your life. And what you decide is to blame everything on your trauma, blame everything on your past, blame everything on your situation. Oh my god, I can't do this because of this situation, I couldn't do that because of that situation, this situation. How long are you gonna blame everything on everyone else rather than taking accountability? The more delay you do in taking accountability, the more delay your goals and your success in life will be, because the first step on being successful is realizing that nobody is coming to save you, and you have to take accountability of your actions. I know trauma affects your life, I know, I'm not dismissing it, but the fact is you have a conscious thought, okay, that happened in past, but that doesn't mean it's restricting your resources right now. There's always a gate to escape, and you have to take that gate. We always think that somebody will come and do the job for us. Like, we don't have civic sense, but we want the cleanest city in the world. We don't have the good heart, but we want everybody to be kind to us. We don't want to do the good things, but we want all the good things to come to us. Like, why the hell do you think that people will do them for you? Why do you expect things from people when you can't do those things for yourself, when you can't pick up your own trash, when you can't be good to yourself, when you can't be kind to others? Why do you expect them to do the same? Why do you expect everyone else to clean your trash? Why do you expect everyone to deal with you and your traumas? They are not the one who suffered, it's you, but that doesn't mean you are going to project your life, your traumas onto them. They don't hold you accountable, you do. They don't hold anything in your life. Okay, you had a bad friendship doesn't mean you're gonna ruin your next friendship. You had a bad breakup doesn't mean you're gonna torture your next boyfriend. You had a bad childhood doesn't mean you're gonna give your children the bad childhood. Your trauma doesn't give the key to make everyone else suffer. Do you understand it? Start taking accountability. Something happened with me, but I have the consciousness to change things today. Your trauma doesn't define your future. It was your past. Your past does not define your future. Do you get it? Till and unless you realize that you have the consciousness to change everything today in your past, won't affect you that as much as you think it is. It's not the key to escape, it's not the key to project everything on everyone else, and it is not the reason for your failures. You have to understand that. I was the same person too. I failed so many times and I projected them on my university, on my coaching classes, on my school, my parents, my childhood, everything. But at the end, it was my fault. I was at the fault too, and until unless you don't realize that, you can't move forward. You will learn to just put everyone else into suffering rather than yourself, rather than taking accountability of your actions, rather than being conscious about your actions and changing the outcome. You will just keep blaming on everyone for your failures, and then when you won't get successful, you will blame it on faith. Like, oh my god, faith never wanted me to be successful. Bro, you never took accountability, you never took the conscious actions to improve it, you never realized that you are more than your traumas, you're more than your past, you're more than the situations. You can change your life because you want to. Problem isn't the world, the problem is you. You want a sustainable future for yourself, but you don't want to live sustainably because you're gonna die someday. Why are you gonna live sustainably? You want clean rivers, but when you go out to those rivers, you pollute them. You want clean nature, but you throw trash out of your windows. How do you expect things to be good when you are not the one making the change? It's someone who make the conscious decision to change things. If you keep blaming the things on every freaking person on this planet, things won't change for you. And if you want to change things in your life, you have to take conscious actions, because you hold the freaking power to change your life trajectory. And I'm tired of you making this bahana, this excuse that, oh my god, it was my life situation, because of that I did that. No, you had the conscious thought, you made that conscious choice to blame it on that. It was you who couldn't do that. Stop staying in this victim mindset, okay? You know what Adlerine psychology says, that they just strictly deny that trauma exists, and to some extent I also deny that trauma exists after reading those things, because we often are stuck into that victim mindset, that we often think that, oh my god, I have a trauma now, I can't move on from them, I can't try new things, I can't do anything because I have the trauma. But to be honest, if we just act like trauma doesn't exist, and yeah, that thing happened, now I just need to move on from it, and I have the consciousness to change that thing, I don't think the trauma is gonna hold you back. I'm gonna argue that heat anxiety exists, panic attacks exist, and there are many more psychology that says that you have to do shadow work, you have to do, and I respect those things, and I believe in them somewhat too. But sometimes we make those situations for ourselves. Sometimes we make our body feel the anxiety, feel the panic, feel the anger, so that we can justify the emotion that we are feeling. I think we should start seeing both sides of the coin. Okay, you have trauma, it's okay, you have to heal it, but that does not give you the that doesn't give you the key to escape from your life choices, and not and blame it on everyone else's, and reflect them on everyone else just because you had the trauma. You had the trauma, you have to deal with it. Extremities are bad. I have the trauma, I'm gonna heal it, I'm not gonna project it on everyone else around me. It's bad. It's bad projecting your trauma on everyone. Before you come at me, I know how it feels. I literally had anxiety attacks, panic attacks by just seeing one person, so I know how bad it feels. But to be honest, at some extent I created those situations in my mind, I created those scenarios in my mind that made me suffer so much, and I get it, that was my mistake and that was my problem, and I had to fix it. But that's where I took action, that's where I took accountability, that yeah, it was my problem and I fixed it. But instead of doing that, if I keep blaming it on situation, do you think I would be this healed? I don't think I would be this healed. I don't think you think that I would be this healed. So stop blaming it on everyone, okay? The issue is not the world, the issue is you. Start taking accountability of your actions, start taking accountability of things that happen around you, start taking accountability. Because when these days people have stopped taking accountability and start blaming things on everyone else around them, rather than addressing the main issue. And I have problem with that, because if everybody stop taking accountability, then well, you know how the world is gonna end up. I know when you will take accountability, you will feel like you're the most worst person on this planet, and you did everything wrong in your life, and everything is going down in the drain, and nothing is working in your favor. I know, I've been through that, and it sucks. But just remember that you're not alone, and you did the best thing in taking the accountability of your actions. And I know it sucks to change, but once you get hold of it, and once you realize that you are worth more than this mistake, you are worth more than any mistake, life will be better. Mistakes doesn't define you. What defines you is your actions. When you make those mistakes, how you treat yourself after you make those mistakes, your consciousness, the way you treat everyone else around you when you are at your lowest or when you are at your highest, those are the things that define you. Mistakes, they are just a part of your life. Your failures are, they are just a part of your life. And when you realize that you hold more power in your life than you think you do, you are unstoppable. If you feel like you can't believe in yourself, just talk to me or just watch my video, and you will start believing in yourself. Because I am the most delulu person present on this planet, and I love myself so much, and I want you to love yourself so much. Like, I know I make mistakes, I scold myself, like I'm a daughter, so I'm gonna scold myself, but at the same time I trust myself. I trust myself that even if I make mistakes, I trust myself that I'm gonna fix everything else. And you get the amount of confidence you get into taking accountability and fixing your actions and doing those things, you are unstoppable. I'm telling you, you're unstoppable. When you stop when you start taking accountability of your actions, fake people will start hating you for it, because now you make a mistake and you will go tell them, yeah, it was my mistake, and I did that wrong, and they will just hate you for that. Because before you used to blame it on everyone, yeah, because that situation happened, so that happened. And that's where people pleasing also comes from, because you don't want to look like a villain in front of people. Heroism mindset, right? So because you don't want to look like a villain in everyone's story, you start being a fake hero and blaming everything on every situation, and that's people pleasing, sweetheart. So stop people pleasing, and the right one will know that you're taking accountability and it's the right thing to do. And I realized that this the hard way, that right people will know that, yeah, taking accountability is the best thing you can do. No matter how bad the situations are, you had the consciousness to change it, and I'm proud of you. So proud of you, because you made it and at the end of this video, and I hope you got something good out of it, and I'll see you next week. I appreciate you, I love you so much, and I'm so proud of you. And yeah, keep shining, keep glowing, keep reaching your goals, take accountability of your actions, fail 100 times and success 99 times. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'll see you next week. Signing off. Bye bye.